Well, it was a lot colder than we thought it would be as we were heading in. We had to break out the gloves and light jackets on the way in. Well, we're going in to do our fly fishing trip. This is day one, morning one. Just got loaded up and we're headed in. We've been doing this, I think this is our 10th year. I never can remember for sure, but we've been doing it quite a while. Sure have fun. This is Shane's first time on his new King Quad. He picked it up, a lot of you guys probably know, we've had it on different videos, but he picked it up a while back and he's done some stuff to it, put some big horns on, the original Maxxis bighorn, and he did a bumper from Guru Bumpers. He made himself his racks. Originally he carpeted that like I did, and then he changed his mind and did like a bed liner material on it. Easier to wash off, I guess. That's what his thinking was. And he built his with some edges around it. This year it's not quite as bad. Last time we came up, the smoke was super thick. Hard to see. And today's kind of an experiment with the with my new audio setup. I got the a purple Panda mic and the audio adapter for the GoPro. I use a GoPro 8. Shane's is a 9. They're both good. Both have some pros and cons to them, but overall both pretty good. I think his lens can be replaced and mine can't. That's one thing we were thinking, and the battery size on his is bigger, so more battery life, and I guess that's all it would amount to. I feel like I got my bike loaded with more weight than I probably want in the back. We'll see how it is in the switchbacks and some of that nasty stuff. Hopefully I'm okay. With the new audio setup, I had to get a new case for the camera too, that has a little slot in it for the audio adapter right underneath the camera. So I'm not sure if my angle is right. Hopefully it's not too bad. I think everything's riding okay. Shane was looking at the Game and Fish stocking report, and they have put some fish in one of the lakes we're going to earlier this year, but they're under 6 inch is what it said. I think 3,500 fish under 6 inches, but the ones we catch in that lake are usually pretty good, so bigger than that. We caught a couple that were right at or maybe slightly over 20 last year, so they must hold over quite a bit. And the lake that we like to fish for grayling in, they haven't stocked that for a long time with grayling, I think since 2018. So it's been 4 years, no stocking. We noticed it was harder fishing last year. These bridges, for some reason, are one of my favorite parts. I just think it's cool. Oh, they tore some of this one out. I used to keep coming across here. Seemed like it anyway. I don't know why I like those so much, but there's just something about them. They're just really cool. It's when you really appreciate having a vehicle that's, you know, they permit it. It's allowed to bring it in here. But if anything bigger, they choke those bridges down and a lot of the entry points to exactly 50 inches. So I don't know. One of the reasons I never did get a full-size Razor or, you know, side-by-side. Those have awesome suspension, and in a lot of cases I would like them, but I like coming on these trails too much to, you know, to trade that. So I'm at, let's see how many miles now. 2,476. Still running great. Haven't had a single issue with this machine. For that matter, I haven't had any problems with the other two that I've owned. Had a 2014 and a 2017. So far, no wildlife. On the way in, from the vehicle, we saw a moose, cow moose, and some antelope, and one sage grouse hen. I guess we saw some sandhill cranes too. Those are kind of neat. I've never hunted those yet, but kind of want to give it a try. And there was nobody at all at the trailhead. Most of the time when we get here, we'll see a truck or two or a camper or tent down at the trailhead, but not a soul down there today. I'm hanging back from Shane just because I don't like eating the dust. I don't like eating it, and I don't like my four-wheeler to have to eat it. I hope by next year I'll have it set up where we can have audio between us and capture it all into the GoPro. I know what I need to do. I have some Cena headsets now, but they're not the type that allows for it. So I'm gonna get the helmet mounted ones, and then we can be talking back and forth, and it'll be a lot easier to blend the, you know, have the audio in the videos, and then also switch from camera to camera and have the same audio. So it should be pretty cool. Shane was just commenting on how it's actually greener in here than we thought it would be. It's been so hot, but there's actually some good green down in this meadow. Off to the right. You can kind of see out there. Not too bad. Sometimes out there we see moose. It's just beautiful in here. These shaded areas, pretty nice. They've been improving this road a little bit. The bridges, they tore out some of them, and they put some new kind of things in that replaced them, I guess. As the pace slows down in this tighter terrain and rougher stuff, I go ahead and get a little closer to Shane so you can watch the suspension working and hear the motor. It's kind of fun to be able to get a little closer look at it. So even risking eating a little dust, figure it's worth it. Next while, you'll notice if you look close that there's a GoPro on the back of Shane's four-wheeler. He just used a little tripod and stuck it under there so we could get some footage of the front of the machine trying to traverse some of this terrain. We thought it was kind of cool. Let me know what you think in the comments. Shane and I simultaneously stop and put it in low. Yeah, I bet that'll be cool. I think the exhaust system on the Suzuki King Quads is one of the coolest things. A lot of competitors just have a steel black painted exhaust muffler, but on the Suzuki it's like a stainless steel. Not only does it sound good, it looks good and holds up well. Well, after the long ride in, we finally made it to camp, got set up, got a bite to eat. That night it wasn't as cold as normal, but we still made a fire. It's always nice. The next morning, Shane did a time lapse as the sun was coming up over the lake. Get too crazy with it. There he goes. Not sure how big. Oh, he looks big. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice fish. Oh my gosh. That is a doggone slab. Holy cow, that is a beast and a half.
Put his tail up to the top there.
Yeah, his nose is in the corner and his tail is...
Yeah, that might be just a hair bigger than mine.
He's going right at you. Keep him moving. So did he go down?
He's right there. No, he's taking off.
Here's Shane taking it easy out on the water. Here's a pretty cutthroat that he caught and released. Then we decided to do some underwater footage with the GoPros, so thought it was kind of cool. Shane found this area with a ton of fish swimming around. So one of the highlights of the trip was seeing this Wolverine up on the bank. There was a fish. He went down in the water, grabbed it, pulled it up on the bank and was eating it. Then he scurried off up through the trees. Anyway, this is kind of a cool trail. It's got lots of technical sections, and I'll catch up to Shane here where we can watch it a little better, but it's kind of cool watching the bikes go over this stuff. This little part here, last time I kind of got tippy, not right here, but up this bank when I was coming down. You gotta kind of hug that one boulder up there. This is Shane's first time on his new one. Not too bad going up. It's always worse going down. It's one of the funnest parts of this trip is just doing this riding. But the power steering makes a big difference. Shane says one thing he doesn't like on his King Quad as good as having to shift from low to high. When he had that older Rubicon, it just shifted for you, put it in a certain setting, and it would do what it needed to. I don't mind it. And he also was saying that he thought the low is too low almost, but I kind of like it. I think the low is fine. You just don't go real fast in it, and because it has such torque in the high setting, most time you can just run it in high, not setting but in the high range. But the funny thing is, when you're in low, it'll actually, it feels really low, but if you take off, it'll actually go pretty quick. I haven't tried to see how fast it'll go in low, but I can go ahead and go into low. That's that one I got on 2 wheels last time, or 3 wheels, I guess. I don't want to booger up his pretty wheels. Yeah, I definitely didn't gauge that one right. It's another kind of cool section. Little rock climb. Don't need to touch the brakes. Engine braking is really good. Almost too good if you're not careful, and you, especially in low, if you kind of crack the throttle and then back off, it definitely shuts you down quick. Nothing but rocks. We don't know if there's really fish in that one or not. We never did check it out. I kind of don't think so, but don't know for sure.